Excuse me. Okay, so hi, this is my 4 to 6 minute wrap-up video on information professionals, where I'll be answering questions posed at the beginning of the semester and comparing and contrasting my views to now at the end of the semester. So one of the questions we were and are currently being asked to answer was, what do you think an information professional is, and what do you think they do? So at the beginning of the semester, I answered that an information professional was an information librarian. I said that information professionals collected and organized information and tried to get the most relevant pieces of information for completing a task. I would still stand by my answer back then, but I can elaborate on that answer a little bit more now. To elaborate, an information professional is someone with IT skills who can interact and deal with various types of software, and someone who can work well with a group and deal with people in general. We were also asked to define what information is to a student. At the beginning of the semester, I said that information was knowledge that informs your decision making. I also said that it was the difference between passing and failing in class, which was a little tongue-in-cheek. Again, my answer was slightly vague, but I still stand by it. Right now, I would say that information not only informs your decision-making, but is also a way of communicating. People can explain why they have certain opinions on certain things by sharing information, for example. Another of the questions we were asked to answer was, where does your information come from? At the beginning of the semester, I answered that information comes from your 5 senses, including sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. I don't think I answered the question in the manner I was supposed to. While I do think it's not necessarily wrong to say that information comes from your 5 senses, the way I answered the question was a bit too straightforward. My answer to that question right now, where does your information come from, is that my main sources of information are mainly from Facebook and news sites. Playing video games is also something I enjoy, so I sometimes get gaming news from gaming websites as well. More rarely, I'll see the news on television or overhear news stories over conversations in everyday life. Primarily, though, I'd say I get a lot of information from Facebook. I have a lot of friends who hold very strong political opinions, so I usually get a lot of articles on various political topics like like gender and racial equality issues, gun rights debates, or just various political articles. I have right-wing and left-wing friends, so I get a good mix of both, which I like, so I'm not as likely to get stuck in a bubble. Another question we were asked to answer was, how do you think that information affects your behavior, or does it? At the beginning of the semester, I answered that information definitely does affect your behavior, and that it could completely change the choices that you make. The example that I gave back then was that if this assignment was worth 50 points instead of 5 points, that information would make me want to do assignment more and care about it more. I still stand by the answer, not to toot my horn too much, but I think it was a really good one. And I still think the same thing today. Information most definitely does affect your behavior, unless you're a non-sentient being like a rock or something. We were also asked, what information do you surround yourself with? At the beginning of the semester, I answered that the information people surround themselves with varies from person to person. I said it comes from your own senses and thought processes, and also from other people's opinions as well. To be more specific, the information that I surround myself with is mostly information from the internet, from websites like Facebook, Reddit, or news sites, since we live in an online age. Finally, we were asked to describe the role of information in a student's life. Last time I answered that the role of information in a student's life was very important, not just in the student's life, but everyone's life, because it influences decision making. I still think that information and information science are both very important for making well-informed decisions. In a global information society, an information professional is someone who takes a huge volume of information that's out there in the world and tries to use it to accomplish desired tasks. which could be anything from finding out who would be most likely to buy a shirt so you can get better sales, or to saving whales or something noble like that. From the beginning of the semester to now, the main way I think my understanding of information science and informational professional changed was from experience, not something I could just sum up in a few words. Over the course of the semester, we had to do a lot of different types of assignments, like giving presentations or writing essays on different stuff, like different types of information theories. I feel like at the end of the semester, I understand what being an informational professional is in a more tangible way through experiences like these. And yeah, that's it. Thanks.